The conscious mind has the ability to choose thoughts. Those thoughts turn into pictures. We turn the pictures over to the subconscious mind, and then the subconscious mind expresses the action. All right? When you impress an idea upon your subconscious mind, that alters the vibration of this instrument we call our body. See, our body is a molecular structure. Really what it is. It's a mass of energy in a very high speed of vibration. Now, we invented a word to describe our conscious awareness of vibration, and that word is feeling. If you ask a person, how are you today? They'll say, well, I'm feeling fine, or I don't feel that good, I feel great. You never hear a person say, oh, I'm consciously aware of being emotionally involved with a negative idea, so therefore I've moved into a negative vibration. But that's exactly what happened. See, we can sit down and we can read these self-help books, we can listen to the recordings, and we say, yeah, well, I can do that. That makes sense, that's logical. But then we can't do it. Why? Now think of this for a moment. I want you to imagine that you're going to accept an idea right now to turn your annual income to a monthly income. You say, well, I'd like that, but will you do it? Probably not. Your paradigm will stop you. See, your paradigm literally controls the results. Now, let's think of how the paradigm was formed. The paradigm was formed through repetition. The idea is being planted in your subconscious mind. Now, understand, your paradigm dictates your logic. Your paradigm controls how you utilize your time. Your paradigm controls your perception of situations. Your paradigm controls your effectiveness. Your paradigm controls the amount of money you earn. If you want to change your life, you must change your paradigm. We believe something on a conscious level. On a subconscious level, the paradigm believes something else. There's a word called praxis. Praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. We've got to take the beliefs that we have consciously, that we determine by thinking, and plant them in the place of the old belief. See, I used to believe that I couldn't do anything better than I was doing. I felt fortunate that I was on the fire department. The idea of building a company that operated all around the world, furthest thing from my mind. But you know something? As I changed my paradigm, my whole world changed. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. You've got to change your paradigm if you want to change your life. Now, you can study all you want. If you don't gain an understanding how to alter that program, and that's what the paradigm is, it's a program. It's a multitude of concepts that are fixed in your subconscious mind that literally control your behavior. It's a beautiful concept to understand. It's a terrible one if you don't understand it. How is the paradigm formed? Through the repetition of information. How's the paradigm changed? Repetition of information. Now let's suppose you're having a difficult time with money. You find that you got more going out than coming in. You've got to change your concept about money. How do you do that? Through the repetition of an idea. That's where affirmation comes in. I'll give you one that I've been using for years. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Don't just say that once or twice. You've got to repeat that maybe 1,000 times a day, every day for maybe 90 days. And you'll start to change your whole concept about money. Wealthy people all have multiple sources of income.
So if you want to be an abundant person, you can't feel lack. If you want to master your health or some health condition, you can't be in separation or pain. And so disentangling from the past emotionally, disentangling from the programs of our hardwired thoughts and behaviors takes a tremendous amount of effort and a tremendous amount of work. And if your personality creates your personal reality, and it does, and you begin to denature the personality in its fundamental sense, and stepping out into the unknown, is it possible then to think about a new way of thinking and fire and wire new thoughts in your brain? And with intention and with presence and attention, you begin to install new circuits. And if you keep repeating it over and over again, that hardware begins to become more like a software program, and you automatically install a new thought that says, I am unlimited, it is possible. Synchronicities do happen in my life. I am worthy to receive. If you decided to start your day and think about how you're going to be in your think box of your day. And you begin to review your behaviors. If you begin to rehearse how you're going to be with your children, at work, while you're in traffic, and you can be truly present in that process, your brain will not know the difference between what's going on out there and what's going on in here, in the present moment. And the imagination begins to install the circuits to look like you've already done it. Now the brain is no longer in the past. You are priming the brain into the future. And by installing those circuits and rehearsing it over and over again, the hardware becomes a software program, and it's more automatic. And the next thing you know, you start acting like a happy person. There's no magic there. You've installed the circuit. The hardest part of this whole process is to change the way we feel. That means then, most people who are working on manifesting something in their life, they're waiting for the experience to occur. And that experience, when it does occur, whether it's their health, their wealth, their new relationship, the mystical experience, they're anticipating the feeling of what it would feel like. But they're waiting for their environment to change, for the experience to happen, to feel the emotion. So in a sense then, they're separate from the feeling, and they're separate from the experience, and they're in lack, waiting for the outer environment to change, to take away their emptiness or lack. And they forgot that they're creating reality. And their lack then is keeping their dreams at arm's length. That's living by cause and effect. But the moment you start feeling gratitude and wholeness, your healing begins. The moment you start feeling worthy and abundant, you are generating wealth. The moment you walk in a state of empowerment, you are walking towards your success. The moment you are in love with life, in love with yourself, you create a vibrational match. The moment you're in awe of life, you are going to have a mystical experience. And now you are causing an effect. We now know that if people want to change their state of being, all they have to do is marry a clear intention of the future, combined with an elevated emotion. And just like remembering the past, the stronger the emotion that we have to some problem, some event in our life, the more altered we feel inside of us, the more we narrow our focus on the cause in the outer environment, and the brain takes a series of snapshots. And that's called a long-term memory. And people think neurologically within the circuits of those experiences, and they feel within the boundaries of those emotions. The stronger the emotion we feel from some future event, the more altered we can change our internal state, the more we will pay attention to the pictures in our mind. And now we are branding that event neurologically in the brain, and we will think neurologically within the circuits of that experience and feel emotionally within the boundaries of that future. And the stronger the emotion you feel connected with that clear intention, the more your body is getting a taste emotionally of the future. And it only takes a thought and a feeling, a memory and emotion, a stimulus and response to begin to condition the body emotionally into the future. And I now know that when people get up from their meditations and they feel the emotions of their future, they're no longer separate from it. Why would they look for it if they feel like it's already happened? And their job then is to think and feel in that state with their eyes open and maintain that modified state of mind and body their entire day, independent of the conditions in their environment, independent of the habits and the conditioning emotionally in the body, and independent of time. And if they're able to do that properly and maintain that state of being, they start to see these synchronicities, these opportunities, these coincidences that begin to happen in their life because they're in a different state of being. If it takes a clear intention and an elevated emotion to change our state of being, and we begin to react to someone or something in our lives, and we lose the feeling, and we say it's that person or that circumstance, We're back to the unconscious program of being a victim in our lives. And we just disconnected from the energy of our future. And now we are back to the energy of our past. Are you with me still? And nothing should change in our lives because we're in the same energy.